Alright, what's up guys? We've got a out of service AC call on a unit that we installed about 4 or 5 years ago. So let's hope that it has a minor problem and get over here and see if we can get it back going for them. Alright, anytime you pull up to a house and you see all the windows open on the front of it, you know you're in the right spot. So the customer has reported that it's tripping the breaker. So let's go around here and see if we can figure out what's going on. Okay, so what he actually did is an XL16i. He reset his breaker and it did not trip immediately, but he said he heard buzzing outside, so he turned it back off. So let's open it up and see what we got. Hopefully we get lucky. All right, it's a heat pump, and indeed it looks like we are going to be lucky here from the looks of this capacitor. She's all puffed up, and this thing trying to start and unable to start. Very likely the buzzing that he heard. A few cobwebs in here. Other than that, everything looks pretty good. So .30 by 7.5. That's an odd one. I'm not so sure I'm going to have that. It's a little bit different, but let's get this thing going. All right, even though it is extremely puffed up, which pretty much tells us bad, we'll go ahead and put the meter on microfarad and see. I'm getting absolutely nothing here. I mean, it is not even budging the meter at all. At all. This is a dead to the world, dead capacitor. So let's go see what we're going to have to do. I may have a 35 or 40 by 7.5, but I don't think I've got a compressor value that small with a 7.5, so we may have to work a minute to get something going in here. So let's go see what we've got. All right, so what we did here is I indeed did not have a 30 by 7.5. So I had to put two separate ones, and we went ahead and mounted USA made capacitors. I think this is a Mars USA, and this is the Trade Pro USA. But we're way up on the lake here, kind of up in the country. I certainly didn't want to send or go after parts. I wanted to get it going on the spot. So just added a jumper from the common right there over to the 7.5, and there's your fan cap wire. Of course, the compressor is fed off the 30, so it should fire right up and we should be okay. All right, so because of the buzzing that it was making, the customer had turned the breaker back off, and he had walked out here, so he saw me plugging in the disconnect, and he said, "I bet you're ready for the breaker." So he's gonna go cut it on. Yep, and there's the compressor and the fan. He's gonna be back in business. All right, so that was 5 to 6 years old, and the capacitor that you saw is, of course, Mexico. Much better capacitor than China, in my opinion. And you know, I'm not sure which of the USA brands are the best. I've been spreading them out over about 3 brands that I'm buying, hoping that, you know, a year or 2 down the road I don't see any, but if I do see any of them, I'll try to assess what's better and what's worse. But you know, I would like to hope that they're not going to fail near as often as the China ones that we buy. And unfortunately, most of our units now have Chinese capacitors, Chinese contactors, and that's disappointing. This being way up here where it's at, up in the country on this lake, I just felt like it was worth it to go ahead and put a couple of USA capacitors in there. Very rare that I see a 30 by 7.5, but I guess that's Train's way of, the 30 is the run, and the start component, you know, start assist that's on it from the factory is what builds the rest of the capacitance for startup. So I'm just going to guess that's their design, and that's why it's like that. Generally you would see a dual run, you wouldn't see 7.5 till 40, some 35 and 40 and above. So that one was a little bit odd and I didn't have one. But I think we'll be fine with what we put in there. And the customer was happy. And we're on to the next one. Thanks for watching.